As quickly as the Delta variant of COVID-19 has moved through our country and our community, that's how quickly things are changing when it comes to the kids.
Like so many of you, our own Dia Wall has 2 young children, and she wanted to take all of your questions and concerns to 3 local pediatricians for a casual conversation about how we keep all of our children safe, especially as we head back to school.
Let's start by saying who here is vaccinated? Fully. Why was it important for you, Dr. Berger, to get the vaccine?
I wanted personal protection since my job is certainly high risk, being around sick kids all day, and I felt that it was my community responsibility.
Is this something that all of you were willing to give to your kids who are eligible right now?
Absolutely.
I have a fully vaccinated 14-year-old.
And I have 2 fully vaccinated children, 20 and 22.
I have 2 fully vaccinated children, 17 and 14.
How do you know that the vaccine is safe for kids?
The message that gets missed, I think, with some of the emergency use is that steps have gotten skipped, or they haven't fully vetted this vaccine. It's too new, they don't know. And I try to reassure families that no steps were skipped.
Mark Reed sent me a message on Twitter. He wants to know your thoughts on the vaccine for kids under 12 once it is approved.
I wish kids under 12 could get the vaccine today. I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth. Kids are about to go back to school. Parents are anxious about that. Kids are worried about it.
You will all recommend it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
The minute that authorization comes?
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to trust our experts. Quite honestly, I think we know less about the long-term implications of getting this disease than we even do with getting the vaccine. That worries me. Dropping club sports, having mental health issues, having cognitive decline, like after getting infected.
Okay, what is the big fuss about the Delta variant?
The Delta variant is on steroids. It is even more contagious than the first variant we saw back in the spring. And I think that's the reason there's so much discussion about this. We've allowed the virus to mutate, and every time that virus mutates, it becomes more contagious. It also has the potential to become more deadly.
How many of you support universal masking in the classrooms?
I do whenever possible. There have been lots of countries around the globe whose kids have been masking for lots of different reasons and not just COVID-19 for years.
And adults too.
And adults. We know humans can do this. Humans can do this without being compromised.
Are there downsides to masking?
You know, no, not really. I mean, for lack of a better, no. Kids are adaptable. Kids are resilient. They're far more resilient than we are as adults. And we need to keep that in mind. We have focused on this perceived risk of wearing a mask rather than the very real risk of not wearing a mask.
My daughter will be 4 in the fall. My son is going to be 2 pretty soon. And I do have concerns about what it means even if my kids are masked, right? Let's say we go somewhere and they're around a bunch of other kids who are unmasked. Let's say it's a classroom. How much protection would my children have from COVID-19?
The answer is they don't have enough protection. And end of story. All the people in a setting need to be masked to have optimal protection.
Is it tough to kind of reconcile some of the ideas? I mean, we've heard a parent who is advocating for no mitigation at all.
That is tough to hear, and it's tough for parents to have to try to navigate through.
And then when you hear like, well, you just have to keep mitigating your risk and seeing what feels right. It's a hard message to hear, I think, 18 months in. And I just say this is exhausting. Just hearing this, and we're all living in it, but I think parents are exhausted having to make these choices. We're also tired of having these conversations. It's tragic to me that we have to make these choices for a population that is our future.